Hi, I'm Lazaro, and this is our investment web application. Our sponsor was Tyler Reeves, and our team members were Betty Jean, Samuel Wang, Daniel Gannon, Andrew Trin, myself, Jacob Weens, and Mohammed Manik. And my instructor was Eugene Kuznetsov, and the other one was Azamat Kamzin.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Manik, and I have been a part of this investment web application. This is our second phase. So, just wanted to give you a little bit of overview of what the project was. The project was basically keeping a track of investors' investments, and the best way that we thought would be to solve the problem was to create a web application that conveniently keeps track of all of the investments, whether it's real estate, stocks, or any other type of investments. The application would keep a track of all your investments in every different sections and give you a nice little overview of how your investments are actually doing. So that's a problem that we sought out to solve from the beginning of the semester.
Hello, my name is Betty Jean, and I will be talking about the design and architecture of this project. So the architecture that we chose to do was MVC, as recommended by Tyler, and MVC stands for Model View Controller. And we chose to do the MVC mostly because Tyler recommended it, and also based on our coursework, it seemed like a good formatting to follow, as it is good for unit testing and code reusability, and it has a low coupling. We also decided to go with React on the front and Node on the back.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Andrew Trin, and the tools we use for the application include GitLab, which is what we use for version control and for all group members to contribute to one repository of code. We used React.js, which is a JavaScript library used for single-page applications, which was the goal of this web application, is to have a single-page application where users can input data while the website dynamically updates the page. We also use Node.js, which is a cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment. We used HTML, which is also for single-page applications. We used JavaScript, which was the main language for developing this application and is commonly used for web application. And we used MongoDB, which is a NoSQL tool that allows us to create a database and modify it without using SQL.
Hi, I'm Danielle Gannon, and for our capstone team's decision, we decided to make our web application to work as a single page application that dynamically updates the page as the user interacts with it. And we placed an emphasis on the model view controller design for good code reusability and loose coupling. And we also used React.js as the main tool for the project. It is commonly used for single-page applications and model view controller design, so we thought it was fitting. As for the database, we used NoSQL, and we used it for the back end, and we also used a data access object to query, add, delete, modify the data.
Hi, it's Lazaro again, and we're going to go through a quick demo of what we got done in our project. So here we have the login screen, and this is using the view part, which we use React for, and we'll just put a test email in here. The password, and when we log in, it would take you to the home screen here, which has the option of adding menu items which would be used in future implementation. And from the home screen, you can go to the other tabs where you can see your cash flow and you can see where you stand in that regard. Balance, which is a different screen for all your investment balances. And income. So this would give you all the sources of income in your investments. And also from here, if you did not have an account, you could create one. You just enter your normal login information that you do when you register for a new application. Hit create account, and at the moment it's not connected to our backend. That's one challenge we had that we were not able to overcome, but in the future we're hoping this would be fixed. And that's a demo of our front end.
Hi, I'm Andrew Trin again, and this is the back end of our project, and this is the SQL implementation of our database, which is what we used at first before we switched to a no SQL version. As you can see, this is the password database, which holds the description, the title, and fields for the password hash, and the salt, which are ways to encrypt the password. Okay. And this is the users database, which holds fields like the title, the description, password ID. It holds the user's username, first name and last name. It holds the email, so all the essential information that users need for their account. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jacob Weens. I'm going to talk a little bit about the lessons learned. This project was a year-long project, so our team learned a lot in this year working together. A lot of us haven't really worked on a project of this scale before, so it was a new experience, and obviously we learned a lot from it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the most important lessons that we agreed with, that were learned. So the first one is communication being a critical part to the project's success. We made a point to meet almost every single week and communicate with each other to make sure we all were doing good work and that none of us were getting stuck on certain parts. The next thing is making sure we had a team manager, because not only in these team meetings we were sharing, our problems, but the team manager would help coordinate new tasks, and Tyler actually helped take on part of that team manager role. So the next one is working closely with team members. A lot of our tasks were often very closely related. We would be working on very similar things. So a lot of coordination was actually needed. So these meetings played a huge part in our success. And then having an agile software development strategy. This was very helpful because there were some critical parts of the project that were changed later on, and it actually didn't pose too much of a downtime because we had an agile strategy and we separated things out accordingly. And then the last important lesson was that new software tools are constantly emerging, and often they're worth looking into. Things like Node.js and React, they were new to all of us, but it was a good skill to look into.
Hi, my name is Sam Wang, and for the conclusion, I think that this project was a good experience for us, mostly because we learned how to work in a team environment. We also learned a lot of new tools that will definitely help us in the future. I know now that web development is really popular. And I think we learned that it's really useful to do research on new and more intuitive technologies. Basically, for example, use things like React. React was really it was really easy to learn and implement, and made our lives a lot easier. And then I guess finally, we are thankful to the commitment and the dedication from our instructors, and especially our sponsor, Tyler Reeves. And I think that's it.